Hey guys, I got a new light for in here, and it is a sunlight, right? Which helps you with your seasonal affective disorder. But it's not the white light, so I didn't read the instructions carefully. It's a good thing to have down here, right? But back to the drawing board. Does anyone know how you get a 40% coupon off at Michael's? Hey y'all, it is Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. And welcome. So I was at Michael's a while ago and I noticed they had the OttLights, which started me thinking about how old mine are and, you know, that kind of thing. Though they last, and those light bulbs, y'all, last a long time. But yeah, so I kind of feel like, I'll tell you what though, I ordered this from, I don't remember, Walmart early yesterday, and it's here. Amazon better step up their game because they delay everything because I'm not a Prime person. Okay. And I have one coming from there and it's the exact same light, so I will be returning it. But yeah, and I'm trying harder to read fine print and understand, but yeah, so I think I might just go eyeball them. But of course, I'm not paying full price because it's gonna be more expensive. But does anyone have a good quality like OttLight, like bright lights? I need bright light in here. Has to be a lamp thing. I guess I could get a taller one too, where it's take that off my desk might actually be a good thing. In the meantime, I have two in my studio because I have one over my desk, one over my painting area. So I could take one for now, but they're both really old too. Anyway, I wanted to show you, so the light is not the best. But I had met with a coach yesterday and we talked about goals and stuff, and we're going to meet again at the end of October. And, you know, it's interesting because it does get me to think, okay, I set this goal. And think about it, right? And I will, not that what's she going to do if I don't do it, right? But the point is I have someone that I can talk things through with and come up with some stuff. And, I will say, she said she could talk to me all day, which was nice. But I've learned a lot in my journey. And the more I talk about it, the more I realize, yeah, wow, those seeds were planted. I've been planting seeds, y'all, since 1982, truly. When I got that book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People, I've been planting seeds. And sometimes I just think, why is nothing happening? But, you know, I just wasn't in a place, you know, they've been watered with tears and life and, you know, and I can't remember. It's hard for me. My recall is not the best. And I've just accepted that because feeling bad you can't recall something you read in 1982 doesn't really make sense, right? Because I've read so much since then. And I'm kind of accepting of that and like, well, let's go rediscover it kind of thing. Yes. But yesterday at work, I'm trying to plug in to watch good things, listen to good things, and Robin Marie Smith, for those of my mixed media artists, anybody creative, actually, she is such, Robin, R-O-B-E-N, Marie Smith. And I took a class from her in person. She's lovely. And she has evolved. Her creativity has evolved so much. As a matter of fact, one of the projects I want to work on is this book I made with her, and everything was precise. And it's sort of like an ancestor book. So I want to go back and junk it up and add some, you know, some transfers and then share it with her. But she has a thing called Robin's Nest. It's $25 a month, which is reasonable. But I'm just not in a place to do that. And the point of something like that is you're going to interact with people. That's literally the point of it. And I'm just not in that spot yet. But she has one of her classes she made free. And I've taken a bunch of her free stuff and watched her DVDs, not her DVDs, her Instagram, stuff like that. But it's just called making, like, throwing different things you may have around and just making background paper, mixed media paper, collage paper that you can then use. You have a stash, right? And then you can grab and use parts of it, which I love that. And sometimes for me, having something like that is really helpful. And it keeps me being creative as opposed to making art. If you want to upset yourself, say you're going to make art. But to be creative, spend time with my muse and kind of coax her in and like, you know, like anything, if you don't pay attention, you know, even your muse gets an attitude. So one of the things I'm trying to do is when I sit down, and trying to do it pretty much through the whole part of my life, is before I sit down and do this, is just sit down, have a breath, seek guidance, seek the best, that this will be, you know, meaningful to someone, meaningful to me. Just set the intention of why I'm doing this, other than just world domination. Yeah, of course. But so when I sit down, I just want to play, have fun. I want my muse to come. I want to experiment, get out of my head. I'm doing such a good job. I've gotten such good feedback about my Frida that I posted on Instagram. So it's Tracy from the Mermaid Cove there. And I did show it in the thing. Maybe I'll do a little, are they reels or shorts? I don't know. I can't keep all the terminology separate. Y'all better write it down, because that's just how it is right now. So I can add it to my community page. So yeah, so it's about intention, right? It's about paying attention, being in the moment, being mindful. So at work, we have a lot of books to check in. We get deliveries of books that have been returned to other places, and we got one late. And I'm also mindful of getting up and moving my body, like not working straight for an hour without that. Nope. On the half hour, if I can, I get up and either make sure I have water, go to the bathroom, wash my hands, whatever it is, but just to interrupt that just sitting there. And you go in, of course you go in a flow, y'all. You have to. That's life, right? I'll tell you what, there's a book called Flow by I think he's Polish or Czechoslovakian, but with a name this long. And I was reading a book on the elevator, and Al Gore was a senator at the time. And it was interesting because I got to read a lot. Not, you know, it was quiet sometimes, and then I had a long commute. I read. And he told me about this book, Flow, because we would always talk about books. So a lot of the senators and I and different people, we had great conversations about my books, right? But I always forget that the flow, how do you get in the, but you don't want, you also want to be mindful you're in the flow, or get, you know, be aware that this is where I want to go, and then, you know, let what happens happens. So, but anything that's repetitive, I need to take time and just stretch and, you know, but anyway, it was a good session with my coach, and she's through my insurance, Care First. So y'all check with your insurance, your health insurance. They have a nurse case manager I can sign up, which is my next step. They also have this thing like you can get a second opinion, but I don't know about that, right? Well, isn't it? Already doctors are being pushed, right? But why would, you know, an insurance trying to save money give a good second opinion? I don't know. Maybe I'm being jaded. I might have to research into that, but I don't need it right now. So I should be getting my test results back today. So I will, yeah, I will try to figure out, you know, hopefully it's something, right? Because there's something there, but let's hope it's like precancerous, or, you know, and I'll start, once I have this diagnosis, I'm going to start studying it more. But I really do think this autoimmune disorder I'm treating, that I'm going to feel better. It's just, you know, I'm still working on my food. I still want to eat late at night. And so I have to shake that up. That sometimes I'm tired, and I'm, you know, so just even coming down here for a little bit, or going to bed early, and, you know, having a little project or something that is distractible. If I sit and start watching true crime on Instagram, YouTube, that's not. So I'm going to shake that up a little bit. But what I did this morning is I got up early. I vacuumed around my desk. So I'm tackling, I'm getting back in the flow, the groove of decluttering and cleaning. And I told myself, you know, my roommate's been here technically since a little before August. So it's about a month, a little less than a month. I'm like, you're going to just take a month off and live and get a routine, figure it out. So I thought now's the time. So Clara had, when she had a urinary tract infection, has peed here. And I put my black light away, but it's awesome. Also, there's other stuff. I'm not sure what it is. I think when I have my leak in my ceiling, I think that's what it's from. But, and there's a couple of throw up things. So I got all that scrubbed out, I hope. And then I took the urine snap thing, what is it called? make up my own name. Like Nature's Miracle Urine Destroyer, y'all. And then what you do is, what I've learned and researched is you have to really scrub it in. And then you have to put something plastic on top of it. Something that will keep it as wet for as long as you can. Because that is the wetness, right? Is what gets in there and lets the enzyme work. So, and I also got this little cleaner thing, but I like Becel, but I haven't taken it out and paid attention. So like I've spilled coffee somewhere and it's not coming up. So I want to see how this thing works. And then if there is another incident, you know, I can go and get that water, get it in there and get it out. And then it won't be so hard. So I'm starting with the floor here in the library because I feel like I smell it. And if I can't, you know, is what I can't smell. I'm starting, you know, I'm using my nose spray. Hopefully I'm starting to smell a little bit. Like I noticed Claire's litter box. I'm like, okay, Saturday will be a, you know, emptying, scrubbing kind of thing. And I did clean my bathroom yesterday. I still need to like do the toilet, but so I'm trying to piecemeal it and like, okay, you don't have to like have a whole hour to clean. Like again, 20 minutes makes a difference. I did my floor, got my laundry organized, did my sink, put some stuff away. So that was super cool to do that. Made me feel good when I went in last night. And I had some old sheets that I'm going to throw out and I got all that done. And you know, challenging, like these sheets, I have 4 sets. It wouldn't fit right. I'm like, you know, these are old. These are like over 12 years old and they're kind of stained. Like there's a makeup stain that never came out or a blue pen stain. I'm like, you know, you can let this go. Just let it go. So just stuff like that. But I want to get back in a routine of house caring. So this was my thing this morning. I vacuumed it down, not all down here. I got to clean my vacuum cleaner and all that kind of stuff. I cleaned the filter. It's been a beast of burden lately. And yeah, but one of the things I want to show you, I love this. Now, I have to find the original, which is a copy of the original from a class somewhere I took. But I was a little impatient. So she got, but I kind of like it. I love these 2 ladies. And then I just did some watercolor and stuff around it. We're having so much fun. And then these are 3 new ones I did. And the idea is too, is I'm going to have a bunch and then I can cut them out, right? And put them on or go ahead and do it like that. Like this I cut out pre, right? And she's cut out and then she's, no, I think all 3 of these were cut out. And I did them in this book and then just cut them. So I just want to have a stash, right? Right now I'm working on my stash. And then I just did this. I had already done the blue, right? And then I just went with some watercolor and filled it in. Just little things like that, you know, are just not, you don't even have to be mindful. It's just a creative process. So yeah, so I'm just playing around. Again, this one I started adding other colors to. You know, I can't describe to you how much this makes me happy. It really does. But yeah, and then watching Robin Marie Smith was so much fun. And she has things that, and they all say is, you know, and I'm sure they make money off links and that's fine. You know, if I could do it, I would do it. And they, you know, they get 10% or something. And they should, because they're selling, you know. But she had a lot of stuff I've never heard of. But I sent the list to Bev to see if she had, but I don't have the thing in front of me, the list upstairs. But she had a some kind of color burst power, and Beverly found something like it and gave me some. And then so just different things. And I'm gonna and every teacher really says, hey, use what you got, right? And I can feel now a switch in me. Immediately you want the same scissors teachers have. Immediately you want the same glue. How can you do it? If you need that glue, you need those scissors. And you know, and she showed you how you make your own watercolor set. And down the line, I'm going to do that, but not now. But I'm at the mercy of Beverly and what she shares, and it's a lot. So, but it's really cool now. I have the instructions on what she does. And, but I don't need those colors. Like this Frida, my lovely Frida, right? These are cheap, cheap, cheap watercolors. It's not the point, right? It's not the point. These are super cheap. And I was thinking about, I might do her with different mediums, like take the page and do different mediums, and do some acrylic, do some crayon, do some, you know. Anyway, I've had such a good time doing it. But yeah, so that's kind of, but Robin Marie's class is really cool. It's called like Gorgeous Painted Paper, something like that. But if you Google her, get on her newsletter, because she'll send you, hey, I have this free course coming up. There's a lot of people are doing that. Now, there's a woman called Louise Fletcher, and she's amazing, and she's a character. And she's the one that actually, she had a free taster course, what they call them. But I also had started this UK class, Everything Art class. They had a free 3-day workshop with all these different teachers, because I was not prepared for Louise Fletcher's class. And it's more intense in a way, but I'm going to do, she's offering it again, so I've signed up for it. And one of the things I know, the first thing you do is you get a piece of like watercolor paper, good paper, and you do a grid. Now, grids are hard for me, so I'm going to pre-do that grid this weekend. And, you know, get the stuff out. But Louise Fletcher's whole thing, and this started me thinking, is people who sell their art, people are attracted to all kinds of things, right? But usually there's an authentic expression that people respond to. And she said when she got out of her head and just started playing and just being intuitive, her art shifted and she sold more art for higher prices. Now, you can, and then she has a class, a coaching sort of situation. I don't know if it's like 12 weeks, something like that, 6 weeks, and it's expensive, and I will do it one time, but it's not this year. I'm not ready for it. I need, there's things because the whole point of that is participation. There's no point in paying all that money and not work with your coaches and not share to everybody. So that is one thing. But she's really, really interesting, and I really am drawn to her art. And she's just sort of no-nonsense kind of character, British. It's just so fascinating to see how people live. But Robin is just full of energy and just a lovely human being. And so it's fun just to even spend that time with her and listen to her process and what is she seeing. So there is so many free things. It's amazing, amazing. And for a while there, I was overdoing it with the free things, but I do sometimes just now let myself watch it. I don't necessarily have to participate or do it, but you always pick up something. So that's the kind of thing when it's appropriate at work that I just have, you know, in my ear, and I can see it, but I don't need to pay attention. I'm just kind of absorbing. So what are you absorbing, right? Is it the background noise at work, or, you know, that kind of energy? And, you know, not knowing exactly what's going, kind of know what's going on with me, right? I have like precancerous some or other because of HPV. And then I have my autoimmune disorder. So it's a lot. What's interesting with this condition or whatever, you know, they recommend a colonoscopy. I don't know why. I haven't read about it all, because I didn't think I should do that. I didn't need to sprinkle those seeds. But I once I get the exact diagnosis, I'll put a little more time into it. But, yeah, so it's, again, listening to happy things. And, you know, Robin Marie saying there aren't no mistakes. Or she said, when I think I've made a mistake, that can be the most interesting part of what I'm doing. So, yeah, and she wants you to post them. So I'm going to make an effort on Saturday to do it. Just have a bunch of stuff out and play, and then post it. Because people like to see what you're doing. And I guess it's really good feedback. And if you guys don't follow Trader Jolene on Instagram, those of you on Instagram, I just, you know, she's just a kindred spirit. And a long time ago, I don't remember how we started, but we just, you know, we check in every now and then, but she'd commented on my stuff. And she's just neat. And she does Trader Joe's things and cooking things and healthy things. She's just a delight. Her name is Mariah, not Trader Jolene. So, but that's my thoughts this morning. And it's Thursday. We have a staff meeting. I thought, wow, how many more staff meetings do I have in my future? It's fine. I doodle usually, because as someone with ADHD, I've realized now, and I've done it instinctively, like if I'm doodling or doing something, obviously it's like a one-on-one thing, but if I'm doodling, I understand, I retain information better. you know. But yeah, so I thought I'm going to get up. I want to start this carpet, give, you know, and I did, let me see. I always forget to do before and after. You probably can't see it, but anyway, I've started on my treadmill. In the corner are empties that I want to use. So these are bags, you guys, bags. And I'm going to have to, well, one, I maybe should take some and put them at work. It's been so fun putting, I don't feel like I'm looking right at you. I don't like this particular setup. I do not. Okay, where's my, this does not need to be. I need to let bags go. It's the truth. So I guess what I'll do is move most of them to the garage. It's always a good step for me. And, you know, as I, you know, a bunch of containers right now, but as I keep doing stuff, it's a great thing. Just throw stuff in. I can tie it up, put it in a clear bag, and off it goes. But I have to make some, just keep a few in this house. It's just crazy. And will I ever buy another bag? Yeah, I'm afraid I will. I was at the TJ Maxx and the bags were not, they were not up to par. So, yeah. So just don't really try to go and look at them. But yeah, so that, oh, here's my watercolors I used. I mean, cheap. Right? I don't even think they have a name. Excuse me. It's 36 watercolor. Doesn't even have a name. Again, it's not what you have, it's playing with what you got. And Robin, and I actually have a lot of what Robin Marie Smith was using. But anyway, so the Robin's Nest, when you all do that, but the whole point of something like that is to interact with people, and I'm just not in that place. And, you know, I want to get an Air Mac eventually to do my editing and stuff, and that will make it easier to, you know, just doing everything on the phone is not easy. Plus, if you're watching something and, you know, you want to respond, you know, it's a mess. But anyway, now my class, Wanderlust, which I'm loving, and all these transfers were from a, I can't remember her name. I never heard of her. So, like this one, you know, is not the best. And you can use pieces of it. This one's a little better. You get the feel. But some, I would like to do one, not quote unquote perfectly, but like this. And it could be the paper too. This one I'm going to do again. It did not come out. So she's like looking to the angels, and there's this relief of these really kind of angels. I'll do this one last. And then this one. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool how it did it, but I don't know. Am I using too much gel medium? Not enough gel medium? Am I not? She had said to let things cure like 12 hours. Sometimes I'm too impatient. This is my favorite one I've done so far, and I love it. Right? So this was an illustration from an old encyclopedia kind of thing from the 30s. And I just make some copies of it. And then, you know, you gesso the page with white clear gesso, right? And then this comes out clear. Other gesso, you can have black or white is a normal one. And then once it dries, you take the image, right? And you put, what's it called? I am using matte gel, right? And then put it on the image and on the page, and then you burnish it really well. So I don't know, places like, did I not have as much matte medium there? Did I burnish not enough? Anyway, so I just know that if I want to get it, I just have to do them. Like these are going to be and it's a fun thing to do. Like, okay, go and gesso a bunch of stuff, and then, you know, I do it, and then I have to be patient and wait, you know, till the next day. So this is something I want to keep doing, but I am going to post a couple of things on Instagram and shout out the teacher and ask her opinion. And you know, teachers really do want to see what you're doing, which is really cool. And Wanderlust, the price was $99 for a year. I'm like, my God, what a good deal. And of course, you know, I would love to interact, but it's just too hard only having my cell phone. But I do want to start posting a few things, and But they're going to have an early bird special again, and it's $99 for a year. I just can't not do it. It's just, and you get it forever. And I am so enjoying, you know, and like right now, this section's printmaking, right? So I've done this teacher. I'm getting ready to do another one called Jane Chips. I want to do all the ones that are printmaking that month, right? So she picks like the first one was like texture, I think, or no, using your tools, and then, you know, that kind of thing. So I love how she's put it together, Cassia. But I do, so I just, you guys, or anyone who is interested at all, $99 for basically 50 lessons. Basically 50 lessons. And now there's not 50 different teachers. So a lot of the teachers repeat, but they're so talented and so good at, it's just, and you stop and go, and they'll reach out, they'll, you know, to ask you, you can ask them questions, and you can interact with other people if you want to, and make comments and stuff like that. But so like something for a Robin's Nest where you're paying $25, and this other one called Fodder School, which is a lot more expensive. And I thought maybe I'd do it this year, but I don't. Part of that is really to interact with people, and I'm just not there. I'm not set up for it. So I thought $99 is good for a year. I mean, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm on the waiting list. So we'll see. Hopefully, you know, I check it and see. But if you're interested, it's called, do Google Wanderlust. I think it's Everything Art UK is the, Cassia Avery. That's the name of the company, I think. And then Wanderlust is this workshop. So, and I found some other teachers I really like. So, balancing, making healthy food and cleaning and art, or, you know, creativity and movement and all that, you know. So what I don't have time is sit around watch dumb TV. I don't. So my coffee is not satisfying because I'm out of my creamer. I don't know how that happened. So I'm using this Chobani pumpkin spice, and it's okay, but it's not what I wanted this morning. So that's okay. And really working on my water, y'all. I am just go unconscious about it. I probably had yesterday, I finished this, and I had maybe a 22-ounce water, and I had an 8-ounce in the morning. So let's say this is like 30. It's 32, I think. So it's 32, 40, 50. I didn't make 60. And I would like to do better on that. So, yep. So I don't have to run anywhere today or tomorrow. Unless I need my hat. I have an extra, I have 2 creamers at work. One for my friend Sandy to use, or I want stuff there. But I have an extra one. So I have that. So that will get me into next week. So I don't need to run in Trader Joe's. But yeah. That's what's happening. And, you know, life is just going on, getting used to everything. I feel a little bad. Claire's getting better, I think. She's off her food, her wet food, and she's unhappy, but she can't smell. And I'm trying to give her the drops in the nose. And then, you know, she gets upset, and I, you know, don't want her to feel, I'm like the one place she feels safe. So it's a dilemma, but she needs to have these nose drops to help her with she's got a major sinus thing going on. And one of the alternatives is to have an operation and clean her nose out, but it's ridiculously expensive, and I just don't know if I want to put her through that. It's an hour away, the place. It's just a mess. It's a mess. So I think we're just trying the drops. And if she loses a little weight, she is eating her dry food, which is good for kidneys. So we're going to take what we can get. So maybe the point is she'll lose a little weight, right? But I told her I'm not opening any more cans. And, you know, we had a new case of cat food, and I thought maybe it was something wrong with it. But I went at Wegmans and got a couple different, got another can and another flavor, like a turkey, and no. It's just it's her nose, so. All right, you guys. So, we'll be finding out what's going on. And, you know, it's a lot of energy, just getting your tests and all this stuff done. I'm really not looking forward to, but I really want to get a colonoscopy and endoscopy and get that going. So hopefully I will have that by the end of the year. And my arm's doing better. But I'm really, really, number one, like I said, I'm not carrying as much, and I'm being mindful of it. And I'm trying to check in with myself at work, like on the half hour, take a break and like do some stretching kind of thing. Yeah, because that's not fun at all. And not this weekend, next weekend, I am going to get a mattress. That is the deal. I'm off that Friday. I work Saturday. I'm off Sunday, Monday. So I think Friday I will go out and do my due diligence and get going on that. So, you know, moving forward, but slowly. Eating up my food, y'all. I made this, so I took a bunch of chicken breasts. So I'm going to eat up all the chicken in my freezer. So all these chicken breasts in the crock pot. Did the All-Joss, which is toxic, and you cannot find one that's not. Like, I will have to go to Whole Foods at some point and see. Ranch, which I had a non-toxic one. It's McCormick Just 5. It's not toxic. And I think you can make your own butter, which I wish I'd used unsalted, but I ate next time. And then the peppercini, and I added too much pepper. Like, I wanted to use it up. Don't do that, y'all. Don't. So it's a little salty, but good. So it's like a base, and I need to take a picture and finish up a little video I did. But today I'm going to mix it with some Spanish rice, right? I'm going to throw in some beans, got some red beans, and get all that yummy protein and fiber. And then I'm going to put some lemon, and I have clamatos I cut up, a little cheese. I have some cilantro, so maybe I should cut a little bit and have a nice little bowl. So yeah, I'm loving it. And I will eat off that. Now, I also got the Trader Joe's meatloaf, and I was going to do something and I didn't. But I will say this, Aldi's meatloaf is better. There's nothing toxic in it. It's, of course, it's fatty, and they don't recommend it. Anything you buy has got salt and stuff in it. And I do want to start thinking about that. Like this, I noticed, because I'm eating healthier, that, and maybe because my taste buds are off, but it just tastes salty. But you know, when you add some sour cream and you add stuff to it, but maybe you could find some unsalted broth. But the thing I'm going to do Saturday is I'm going to make a chicken salad. So you're going to take some, I'm going to throw in cranberries that you're going to marinate in a little bit of chicken broth overnight so they absorb it. And then you're going to throw in onion, and you're going to throw in celery, a little mayonnaise, I'm going to do lots of lime. And then you take an apple and cut it and eat on. Oh, yum. So I'm going to finish that up so I don't have to worry about cooking. Sunday, Beverly and I are going out for her birthday. So I'm pretty much set. And then I have lots of different frozen things that I'm going to eat down next week, I think. So I don't want to go to the store. Like, I keep threatening to make smoothies. So maybe tonight when I get home, I'll make a big old smoothie and get them in all my different things, and I can just grab one and go. I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to start putting that kind of... Now, y'all, what vitamins do you take? So my gynecologist said folic acid, which I didn't take. You know, the B vitamins. There was something else. What was it? D. I take D. But I was also reading that K4 or something helps absorb D. Anyway, I'm going to do... She said, don't buy really expensive things. She said, really, they're all fine. So... But I don't feel like I get enough vitamin C, so I'm going to start on that. And, yeah. So, and I take magnesium at night. And I have not had a Charlie horse since. Oh, my God. And then I take a multivitamin. I have a better multivitamin. I also have the chewy things, so I go between the two. Because the multivitamins are more expensive. But what do y'all, like, what's the, you know who Claire always comes up with good things for me. I think I take the magnesium she told me to take. Yeah, so my roommate was doing laundry yesterday, and she's finishing up. I just cleaned Saturday. So Saturday, I think It's been beautiful here, but I think the heat's back with the humidity. So I want to get up early and get in the garage and do like an hour. I want to be able to park my car in there. So it's just a matter of moving stuff around. And then I need to let go of one of the rolling storages. So I want to make sure everything on there is stuff that I'm going to go through. So really lots of unsorted paper. And that's a thrill for me. Thrill. And then, you know, as I sort, and I'll do some with you and show you just, you know, sometimes I have to resort, but really I just like throw stuff. The main point is to get rid of stuff doesn't speak to me anymore. And then if I find something amazing, pull it out, and people, stuff like that. But it just ends up having it sitting around and I don't follow through, and then I have to start again. But you know, it is what it is. So I want to work on that. And then, like I said, I'm letting go of empty containers. So I'd like to get some filled up, right? Not crazy filled up, but get them filled up. And yeah, so that's the thought for that. And then I'm going to do some laundry. I'll be downstairs here. And so cleaning and decluttering the library, and then doing laundry and doing creative time. Doesn't that sound lovely? And y'all, got my food made, so I don't have to worry about that. I'll have a big old fruit smoothie to drink. So drink my waters and all that. So that's kind of my Saturday. And combination, hybrid day, if you will, of house caring, decluttering, creativity, you know, things that will make me feel grounded. And really keeping up with my laundry is so good for me. Because as we know, and those of you who've been here, I have had mountains and mountains and mountains. One is I have a lot of clothes, right? But I'm trying to wear, I do want to start maybe September 1st. What am I wearing? What am I eating again? And then, you know, do quick little reel on what I'm wearing and should I keep it or not? You know, I like that. I just have to work on how can I be consistent, and maybe I can't. And maybe that's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. But, and then Mark and Sue and I got to, maybe, let me see, what time is it? 7, probably not. I need to work on, I'd like to work on, do I need to? Well, yes, I actually do. I'd like to work on some of the editing on our taste test from December. And we went to, or that was January, I think. We went to, again, this donut place, so that, and the sheets. Okay. So those will be good things. So I'll do some of that. Y'all, cannot wait to get a better, like, I'm torn between an iPad and the smaller, you know, laptop Air. I think that probably, if I had to choose one, would be better for editing. So I do want to look at the new iPads because I know that they can do a lot of tricks and whistles and stuff. But that is just really, in the new year, I'm going to hit hard with my YouTube stuff and make it a priority. Because one, I think I will have a lot of my decluttering done, right? We'll have gone through Easter and Halloween, and hopefully my garage will be to where I want it to be, and my roommate can park in there. And my library will be done in 2 weeks because I want to feel comfortable in here, and there's more to let go. And so that will be done. And then the studio is just going to be an ongoing process. It is a labor of love and figuring it out, and, you know, letting go of possibilities. And, you know, there's no point in having stuff if you have no idea where it is. Right? Sometimes it's fun to have discoveries and stuff like that. And like going through, like having boxes of paper and going through and finding stuff, that's fun. But I want to know where the paper is, right? And have it basically sorted. So, so yeah. And I want to start doing some collages. So all kinds of good stuff. And, you know, have not been great on my budget. Need to be working on that. Beverly and I will, Sunday for September. And, like I say, okay, I'm not going to buy food. And then somehow I end up at Wegmans spending $46. So while that is, I am not spending anything near what I used to spend. Oh my God. And I'm also not throwing out a bunch of food either. But, You know, I do have pumpkin stuff coming up, and I'm going to limit myself, right? Because Mark and Sue are showing each other what we get. So we don't, now I'm going to say this. Okay, Walmart has pumpkin M&Ms, y'all, okay? And they were out of stock, and I just got a thing that they're in stock. I do want those. I do. Do I want them enough that I'm going to drive there tonight because it's past my house and get them? No. But I wonder, you know, I could do an early Saturday morning pickup. I think you just have to do like $30 worth. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, so I do want to try that. And there's a couple of things I'm hunting down. I think if Safeway has pumpkin ice cream sandwiches. Now, I honestly know all this is toxic, right? So maybe too, I'll look for, try to find a couple, you know, I don't want to spend probably more than $30 more. So I have to think about that. And having a budget and limits is really good for me. Not easy, but I'm working on it. Yeah, because we're going to incorporate, because medical appointments, those copays add up. Though I have really good health insurance, thank God. And in October, if I start at the YMCA, that's like $52 a month. And then the training, I have about $350 aside this thing at work that I can use for that. So that will get me through the end of the year, early into January. And again, it's not like I need to do it, you know, I'm going to set up, I'm thinking it through what I want to do. And honestly, just because I'm not going to lift upper body weights, I can do lower body, and I want a really good stretching routine that I work through with someone. I think that's imperative. Imperative. And I'm going to do the yoga and water walking, so that will be a good investment. And if I'm out doing that, I'm not spending $52 somewhere. I'm trying not to get bit by the Halloween bug, but I am a little bit. So danger, danger, danger. Gotta be careful. So that will probably be cured by, so maybe Saturday when I'm in the garage, I will take all the Easter stuff and put it together, and take all the Halloween stuff. And then I can start, you know, we can start decluttering that, and I can see what I have. That usually helps a lot. But this Frankenstein I got is this head from Target. This like pastel colors are genius. I love it. I love it. So I'll be happy to release some stuff to make room for it. So anyway, but really the best things to get for Halloween are thrifting. I get all kinds of different stuff. All right, y'all, I am going to move forward here, and I want to go outside about 20 minutes earlier to leave, because one, I need gas, but I want to do like just, you know, one, it's trash day tomorrow. I want to get all my trash out, and then do like a 10-minute, you know, I'm putting things together that I need to sort through, that kind of thing. And really, I'm enjoying sorting in my room. So what I feel a little embarrassed, but not that my roommate's judgmental. But, you know, she's really, I don't feel like she really is, but I had just piles of thrown paper, and my mom drove her wild. She's like, can't you put in a trash can? Well, no, but I can do IKEA bag, which makes it easier. But Moira was loose, and she got in my room, and there's just paper anyway. It's my room. I can do what I want, but it's still, you know, plus it's easier in the winter, let things get out of control. And even though I won't do that in like the shared space, I don't want to do it in my space either. So, but God, I love sorting paper. And again, maybe I'll keep some of the stuff I'm getting rid of to show you, like, I've really outgrown a certain look. I don't know, I keep meaning to talk to Beverly about this, but it's like a young adult kind of feeling I've grown out of, like a hip, trendy stuff. It's kind of fascinating to me. Like, I just didn't feel that as a kid. I don't know what I felt. I mean, it wasn't as like it is now, right? Like, Jesus, like how many likes you have on Instagram? Nonsense. We didn't have that, and I was always kind of closet cool, like looking for, like, I was into surf culture and certain things that nobody I knew liked or understood, you know. But so I'm attracted to a certain look. But now I feel like I have gone, as you know, this whole process is me growing up, right? Me learning how to parent myself and grow myself up. And, you know, in place of a 60-year-old's habits and, you know, luggage and all that crap with you. So, but yeah, when I think, and there's certain hairstyles I still like when I'm going to get my hair cut. I still feel like I'm under construction. And I don't know when. I think maybe the end of September is what I'm thinking. Well, of course, it's going to depend. You know, if I've got cancer, which I don't think I have, you know, it's just right now I feel a little bit in limbo. Because that's going to be, a lot of stuff is going to be put on hold. And that will be my #1 thing. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like we're going to be in the pre-cancer range. Because she was not overly concerned, and she said she saw things that looked good, and there were things that she would have been concerned about had they been there. But you know, you just want to, so yeah, but I'm not making plans in my head like, okay, so if you have cancer, then you're going to, no. I'm just aware that I may need to shift my priorities, but you can do that for anything, right? Priorities can need to shift sometimes. So anyway, and I also, I don't think you can see it now, but and my mother got this. I get a flush here, right? And I want to start really paying attention to, like, this is non-dairy, right? But pay attention to, is dairy, I would love you guys to go dairy-free for a month and see how much better I feel or don't feel, or doesn't matter. But, okay, so the most dairy I have is I really don't drink milk anymore. Trader Joe's has an excellent oat milk that is non-toxic. It's shelf-stable one. And also at Wegmans, they have this thing called, I think it's Three Sisters, Three Pines. That's really healthy too. So many of these things, you guys, are toxic. Toxic. Oh my God. I just saw in the new Giant, I'd like to look at the new Giant thing that comes out on Wednesday. And there's nothing really like, oh, that's a great deal. And I would eat that because I'm really not. But they had bagels. They have now, I am not making this up, Fruit Loop bagels. Fruit, so full of dye. Start your kids' day off at school with some Fruit Loop bagels. I mean, that should be illegal. Really, think about it. That is, and you know what? They're on sale. And if you're not educating yourself about this, or you can't afford, I was offended. Maybe I'll walk through the grocery store and they just take pictures of things that are offensive. Really? I mean, really offensive. But as a kid, I lived on Fruit Loops. We didn't know better. We would come home every day and have big old cup of Fruit Loops. So I've definitely outgrown a lot of that. And I'm being much more careful buying new stuff at Trader Joe's. I'm not, you know, I'm really good and then I'm not, right? I don't know if it's I'm rushed or I want it and I don't want to tune in. But the thing is, if you're going to have something toxic, know you are. And then maybe literally nothing else that day is full of toxins. What was I thinking the other day? I'm like, this is poison. You will not put really, now, I'm going to assume the M&M, pumpkin M&Ms are toxic and probably 0. Now, I want to taste test them. I'm going to get 1 bag for me. Well, yeah, 1 bag for me, Mark, and Sue to try, right? And I may go ahead. I like to share things with, there's there's 4 of us that work together that really kind of clicked. And, you know, we try to keep in touch. Hopefully we'll see each other for Labor Day weekend. And I'd like them to try things, but, you know, you can try it without buying it. But I don't know. This is a struggle, you guys. This is a struggle. But there's a difference between having it and trying it and eating a whole bag of it. So, unbelievable, really. Fruit Loop bagels. Now, bagels aren't that, anyway. Those Dave bagels are good. They're different. They're kind of not chewy, right? Like a good bagel should be kind of chewy. They're kind of soft. So I do toast them. But you guys, I'm a little obsessed with this new grown-up grape spread. It's so good. But I'm like, Tracy, you know, let's lay off the bagels till the weekend. And It's not that I'm like super eating a lot, but I need my calories to help me and be nutritious and help my brain. And, but yeah, so dairy, you know, and I was saying to myself, now let's say dairy makes this go away. Are you going to eat is sour cream that important? Can't you find an alternative? Butter. I mean, I use butter in things. Well, that's not true. I like butter on my sweet potatoes, but hummus is good. You know, there are things. So that is probably, I'm heading into that thinking. Ice cream, I'm not having any ice cream or anything. If we get pumpkin, I'll try it, but I've just declared that it's a toxic thing for me, that I don't make the best of choices, and it makes me want it. And I'm trying to be aware of that and not have that stuff. And luckily I'm in a place where I can do that. Like today for our meeting, somebody's making lasagna, and I bought a bunch of different drinks for people and some, you know, everyone seems to like the seltzer water. Now I know I have to have a come to Jesus moment with the seltzer water, but not today. Not today. I'm thinking about it. I know natural flavor is toxic. And also when you've had the stomach surgery, it makes your stomach bigger. But I can't do it right now. I can't. So, all right, guys. Yeah, the dairy thing. Yeah. To think about maybe like today I'm going to have a little bit of cheddar cheese. I am going to have the Trader Joe's on my chicken. Would I miss it? You know, maybe as I eat up this cheese, I just won't buy any. And sour cream. Would that be the only two? So, y'all, what's a good substitute for sour cream? You know, this cottage cheese thing, that's dairy too, but I think I was forced as a kid to eat cottage cheese and like dry toast and grapefruit, and all of them make me sick. But you know, it's all the rage to like make things with cottage cheese, but I could not. Maybe I could do that. I couldn't say it. But anyway, that's dairy. I have to think about it. If I just work on the dairy, because other than that, I don't know where I really have a lot of dairy. Ice cream, those treats, they're done. And there's so many good non-dairy alternatives, but I just don't need frozen desserts. I do like whipped cream. Like sometimes so I got strawberries. I cut them up. I have 3.5 cups of strawberries, and I ate like over a cup yesterday. But I had a little limoncello, like, a tasty treat. But sometimes a little whipped cream, but they have non-dairy whipped cream, but I bet that's toxic. So, okay. Starbucks, that cold foam. But that, you know, I don't have it often. I could go 4 weeks without that and then see how I feel. And hopefully I feel so good. I'd be like, I'm not putting toxic stuff in my body. I think I'm heading that way, actually. Okay, you guys, I'm going to let you go, get some stuff done. Where am I at time-wise? It's 8 o'clock. Oh my gosh, time flies when I'm talking to y'all. But I got mostly what I wanted done. Give myself 10 minutes of playing and then go up, get dressed, and get out of here and have a great day. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.